everyone. This is Chris from Cristello Fitness. And gosh, living for balance. I don't know about anybody else, but it's a tough one. There's never ever that full balance. We try to work on it like every day. But anyway, I wanted to come to you today to talk about life's milestones. Right now, it is such a crazy, busy time of year. It's a very stressful time of year. I find there is so many things happening right now in the next month. Like May is just crazy, getting close to the end of the school year. And so many things are happening, and we're all at different spots in our life. As a parent of teenagers, there's a lot of things going on. Some of you may have smaller children, but for me, it's really right now, my son just recently had his birthday. He turned 16. He went to the prom. This was boom, 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 back-to-back stuff that's been happening. And that's really what I'm going to talk to you about over the next 3 days. And if I can get through these next 3 days without crying on here, it'll be amazing. So I am going to do my best to hold it together and let the tears fall behind the scenes. Anyway, so first, my son, yes, turning 16, going to the prom, crazy. And but we all have different milestones with our kids. So when they're growing up, you can't wait for that first time that they take their first few steps, or they crawl, or they get their first tooth. Then they go to preschool, then they go to kindergarten, then they go to their first dance, or, they get their first goal in soccer, or their first three-pointer in basketball. Of course, those are the sports my kids play. It could be a dance competition. It could be, what else? I mean, there's just so many things that happen along the way. And so when we're in it, we're in the moment of those things. Like the first time our child takes their first steps, we're freaking out. We're scared they're going to fall and they're going to bump their head. Yeah, now me, 16, car, prom, there's bigger things to worry about. But when you're in it, it's those emotions, and it seems like it's the most difficult time for you as a parent. And, sometimes things are more difficult. Sometimes things are just really exciting in a special, exciting moment. It could be, graduation from, school, things like that. There's just so many different things. So how do you kind of just get through it all? How do you deal with all that? How do you deal with all the emotions? And for me and for those of you with kids my age as teenagers, whether it's middle school, high school, and they're becoming more independent, that's really, really hard. We hope that all the values that we've instilled in them, they take that with them and they make the right decisions when they leave the house. So prom. My son goes off to the prom. I'm nervous. I'm checking in. I'm making sure he's okay. It's, the actual prom. It's the getting in the car. It's the parties after. Is there going to be drinking? Is there, drugs involved? Any of that. What is he faced with? And how is he going to respond to that? And there's just so many things. So a couple tips that kind of worked for me is before my kids leave for a big event, or they're going somewhere overnight, or I'm not going to see them, or going to a situation that there could be things that maybe that they haven't, been having to deal with. So for that, I always have conversations with my kids before they leave the house. I give them the whole speech, Mom, we've already heard the speech. We don't need to hear it again. It's just even dropping, my daughter off at the mall. Make sure you stay together. Don't go to the bathroom alone. Be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you know where the exit is. All those crazy things that, you forget to tell them, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to tell them that. But so reminding them of some of those specific things before they leave. And then always, I tell them how much I love them before they leave, and leave on a positive note. And then sometimes It's so hard. Like I put scenarios in my head. Oh my God, what if this happens? What if this happens? And then I've just got to stop. And you have to believe in that higher power, whatever that is for you, and have faith that they're going to be okay and they're going to make the right decisions. And sometimes that's what you have to just settle yourself with. And then knowing that, those values that you, like I said before, instilled in them, that they make smart decisions when they're not with you. And then, of course, gotta love cell phones, being able to check in. I don't even know how we survived, or my parents survived, when we left for the night and they never heard from us. And like, where are they? How come they're not home yet? Like, we have that option now to check in with a text. We can call them. On your phone, you can locate and see where they are. So that brings some comfort. But checking in with them, but not being that, what do they call it, helicopter parent, and where are you, what are you doing, and all those things. Like, you've got to give them independence, you've got to give them some responsibility, and then you have to be able to show them that you trust them. Until they break that trust, then you need to just kind of let them figure it out on their own and learn on their own. So those are just a few tips. I thought about that, like, okay, here I am faced with the prom, going out with older kids, going to a party, and if you're in a bad situation, do you know what to do? Here are a couple things. So that's why I just wanted to come to you today. Tomorrow, the next milestone that's just happened in the last week or so is my son got his permit. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Check out what I'll be sharing tomorrow. And thanks for listening. Have a great day. And just keep having those conversations with your kids and just keep teaching them, the right things to do, and have faith that they'll be okay. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.